Hey guys, welcome back. If it's your first time here, consider subscribing. Well, I got all the parts in for the Threadripper build. Let's jump in and see what we got. We got the Threadripper 1950X. We got the Asus Republican of Gamers Zenith Extreme motherboard. Got the Monoblock from EK for custom water cooling. Also got the TridentZ RGB memory. So now we just got to go down and get my rig and bring it up and tear into it. Hopefully not break anything. Alright guys, let's get it started. Alright guys, this is my main production / gaming rig. It's got currently a Ryzen 1800 in it. This is the one we're going to be upgrading to the Threadripper. I already got some interesting numbers done to see how it turns out comparing to the Threadripper. So let's do it. Alright, so the first thing we got to do is we got to pull off our power chip cooler for the Monoblock. Then once we got that off, we can install the processor, and then we'll work on getting this board out and installing this board. You know what, I almost wonder if we should do the processor first, because once that's off we're going to have to seat the processor. You know what, let's install the Threadripper. One torque wrench. Hey, look at the size of that socket, Justin. It's incredible.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. Well, let's slide that out. Now, keep your processor in the cartridge. It's supposed to be left in this cartridge because it slides down into here. Make sure it goes down and kind of clicks. It clicks, you should be all the way in. And snap it down. Looks good. Now, the instructions say to do 1, 2, 3. And it's got a torque wrench, which will let you only tighten it down how far it needs to go, and then it should click. So I'm going to start with 1 and kind of get it started here. Then let's see if we can get these other ones started. There it is. Perfect. Man, that thing looks absolutely impressive in here. Alright, so now it's time to install our custom water block for this. So we got to remove the power heatsink here for the cooling. Alright, so it looks like we got to pull out some screws. Straight up to this size. Just like installing the Threadripper, I like to go a little bit on each one, so that way you're not got a lot of pressure or torque pulling. Oh, very cool. replacing that one with ones that come with it. Okay. Missed a screw. And this is pretty cool because it looks like it's got custom cooling fan and everything for this. That's pretty cool and pretty hardcore right here. I'm impressed with this design. I bet this thing would actually cool pretty decent. Unlike most stock ones don't have fans. It's pretty cool. Behind that? Yes. Okay. It's even got a scratch on it. This thing's full of scratches, ain't it? Alright, so those can probably go back in because I bet this and it's got both layers too. It's gonna go just like that.
Does it plug in underneath that cover where the fan was at?
Oh, under here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually for the lights. 4-pin header for the lights, the RGB lights. So that's different. I think we can screw the screws back in for this, so this can stay put. And this will have its own set of screws right here and here, it appears. They go right here and here into the back plate on the motherboard. But so this ain't flopping around. Let's go ahead and get that. So we'll just have those three. That holds the plastic shroud. It's already got a back plate. Alright, so at this point we need to get my thermal pads cut for this, and it's got some. Right here for the upper and lower section. Very nice. I think I saw a hair. Nothing like some dog hair to help cool your processor. Alright, so we want it to be about yay long. Like so. And I think I cut that long ways as well. time to install the thermal Grizzly Conductonaut on the AMD Ryzen Threadripper processor. I really like this stuff. It worked great in my 1800X Ryzen, so definitely going to use it on my Threadripper. Of course, don't use it on aluminum. I wonder if it's going to use the whole thing. That's a lot of space to cover. Okay, one tip, since I've done this a couple times now, is be careful when pressing on this because it's easy to squirt out a bunch. Now in this case it might be okay because there's plenty of space to cover. Oh, see, look at that. Well, we'll start with that. See where that gets me. Stuff will beat up and kind of just run around like this, but if you just keep working it, it'll start like grabbing hold. So you just kind of, there, see there? Just got to work it. Looks like I'm going to need more. Oh gosh, that was a big one. That might be much. We'll find out. Looks good. Fully covered. You don't want too much because it is conductive. So just enough on there. And we will also, I like to do the same thing here, even though they say it's not necessary, but I like getting a small coating on it so that way it kind of just bonds better. Alright, we're all done. Just take your thing, pull back on the plunger, suck it all out of here, put your cap back on, save you a little bit for your next project. Now that we got our thermal paste applied, let's go ahead and mount the block. And of course, real quick, I'm going to check to make sure there ain't no gaps. Make sure this thing's sealed. It looks like it is. Yeah, just drop it right in there. Alright. Should be able to just screw her in. Yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. I was really surprised this stuff held on that experiment, you know it?
Yeah, I know.
Alright. One last step. Oh, kind of important for that install. And lastly, don't forget to install that backer plate, which is also helps cool these chips back here as well. So water block now installed. Now let's install this beast. Alright, so we got the new motherboard all put together, ready to go. So now it's time to disassemble my current rig and get it ready for the new setup. It's always fun getting this thing out. There we go. Oh, just getting one of these plugs out, plastic plugs. It was hanging up on the lip right here. I've only taken this out like a couple of times. I'm surprised it just now took me to now to notice what is causing the damn hang up. Okay, yeah. Cool. So much more empty in this thing, ain't it?
Yeah.
Let me keep the PC speaker. Though it might come with one. That way. I like that. The reason why I like that PC speaker plug-in is when an overclock fails, it makes a certain beep noise to know. Oh, might have to switch you out here. Well, it's exactly the same. That's really nice because you can put all your pin headers on a block that you can take on and off. Should have this label 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll have to get that later because it's so freaking tight in that corner. That is a pretty big gap. I wonder if that is jumping to the second slot, like you're talking.
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy too. Oh, same length. Fits a little differently. Same length.
I mean, look at the difference here. Yeah.
I am curious. I gotta rework my video cards. Just a little under 2.5. Wow.
Yes, that's actually a big difference.
That is a big difference. I'm gonna jump all the way to the third slot, which means I gotta redo my cooling loop on that.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. That shouldn't be that hard. Just take these apart and make them longer. But
Right, but it's still
work I wasn't expecting, right?
Yeah.
This needs to come out. Somehow. I don't know how I got that in there. One at a time, if I can make it happen. I remember I spent a while working on it. There we go. Still got a fan header on this side. Right there. So I might still use that CPU fan. That's what that's for. It's the CPU fan. But it could probably come in the back over here, you know it? Then right there. It don't really matter. I think all the other holes and shit line up.
Yeah. We could come up through the bottom.
Right here. We
Yeah.
could.
Is that long enough?
I'm going to have to actually cut the zip tie. So, just pop that out. It's longer this way. This could be interesting. Blocking our ports on this. I'm glad all this stuff is still over here the same. Nope, we're fine. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is beautiful, dude. Tight little hole to get to. Don't know if it matters since we're switching boards now, but just in case. Oh, I don't got as many ports with this one. I got a whole extra 2 more with the other one. Glad this stuff still lines up fairly well. Ooh. That might still reach. Yeah. That won't be a problem. USB. USB. I am curious to know if this is the same layout. HDD, reset, power LED. Looks like it is. Yay for me. Ooh. A little short. Good to see if I can get me more room since this is what you gonna call it? This is my audio. And that's this one right here. This is fan. You got a couple different options. I'll probably use that one since it's right there. Alright, and this one as well. let's get the hard drive in here, yeah? Kind of cool to see. Huh, very cool. Look at that. Even has a built-in thermal pad that will go onto the chipset of the card.
So you won't be able to use the
EK
one you bought?
No. I have to do a video for you guys showing you the temperature performance increases going with this. But it looks like this bad boy will go onto here, and then I can use this heat sink. Now I can still cool it, and then this will go in here. So it'd be like this. Sad part of this being in the front instead of like back here, which would have been cool. So it's going to block the cool memory. So there's that. So yeah, I got to pull this thing off now, don't I? Got the M2 adapter screw kit that came with it. Standoff. Peeled the tape back. Now we just got to apply it. Line up the holios. The Zenith Extreme. Alright, so now we need to pop it on the side, get us some slack for this one, and get these pulled over, and get the fan cable pulled over. CPU fan. Be nice if I don't have to rearrange too much. And that might just be the case. Boy, that'd be a lot of cutting. You know what? Though, I think I pulled this one zip tie right here. I might be able to bring it over to this side, and that might save a bunch of work. Just gonna, yeah, perfect. A lot better. Alright, I ordered the TridentZ memory for the AMD, but in the rush of doing it when I ordered it, I ordered the wrong memory. Ordered the Intel instead of the AMD. It's the same exact part number as this here, except with an X on the end. So make sure you get the X there so you have the right memory. However, I thought this would be a perfect time for an experiment. I went ahead and ordered the right one, but I'm going to run memory tests, see how far you can overclock it and how well it does. And then when the AMD memory shows up, I'll pull this out, put the AMD memory in it from TridentZ and see if it's any better or any different at all. So keep an eye out on that in the future. Dang. My OCD is going to get me not having all memory chip slots full. There we go. And I'm going to see a sticker on the back. Yeah. Well. There we are.
Oh, that was sexy.
That was sexy. That memory looks sexy. Oh man, the motherboard, look at that. It's got lights along the bottom. The numbers in the back. Oh, seeing what it's doing. VGA. Well, that's good. It posted. There we go. Oh, dude, that is freaking sexy as shit. Nice. 503. 16-core processor. Now it's a CPU, not VGA. That's pretty cool, you know it?
Yeah.
It'd be definitely nice for diagnostics.
Code B4 load VGA BIOS. Oh, now it's on the hard drive.
Hopefully this thing will boot Windows correctly.
Ooh, the Republic of Gamers logo flashing around. That looks really cool. Oh, yeah. Choice of champions. CPU
ready.
temp 38 degrees Celsius. 36, 34. It's actually going down. 32. That display is really cool.
That display is really cool. I just wish it wasn't hidden in the back. I wish it was up front here.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the video card, you can't see it, you know? Front-facing light. That look a lot better. Well guys, the Threadripper build is complete. It's up and running. Didn't really have any issues, which was nice. Keep an eye out for the future for the memory comparison and benchmarking and overclocking that I'll be sharing with you guys. Also keep an eye out for the next video on overclocking the Ryzen. I spent the last week playing with the overclocks and I'm actually fairly impressed. It exceeds my expectations on the overclock and how cool it's running. That EK water block I was worried about not cooling it well enough actually is doing pretty well. So keep an eye out for the Threadripper overclock video I'll have coming up here shortly, and I'll show you how to do 4.1 gigahertz base and a 4.9 turbo boost with all cores enabled, stable. It's been running for a week, haven't had a single blue screen or crash or any kind of an issue. It's been running great, and I'll give you guys a step-by-step on how to do that overclock that I got dialed in. Alright, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you guys next time.